Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're jumping into a track by Sidhu Moose Wala, Barota. And this song, wow, it's a whole story. It's about a man who's basically a fortress, an unbreakable force, who then comes face to face with a love that's as powerful as a storm. We're going to deconstruct the amazing metaphors in this song to really get to the heart of this incredible dramatic transformation.
Okay, so let's start with the line that is without a doubt the heart of the entire song. The Jatt was uprooted like a whirlwind. Now think about that for a second. This isn't just some sweet little story about falling in love. No. This is about a complete, almost violent uprooting. We're talking about a force of nature being totally overwhelmed by something even stronger. This one single image, right here, it sets the stage for everything that follows.
So, to really get what's going on here, we're going to break it down into 4 parts. First, we'll meet the man himself, get a sense of his pride. Then, we'll see the storm of beauty that he runs into. After that, we'll look at what happens when these 2 massive forces collide. And finally, we'll explore how love ultimately comes out on top.
All right, section 1. Let's dig in. So who is this guy? Before the storm hits, what's he all about? The thing is, the lyrics don't just introduce some dude. They're building a legend, They paint this picture of an unstoppable, almost elemental force of nature. So check this out. The song uses these metaphors that are just pure Punjabi muscle. I mean, his body isn't just strong, right? It's compared to an LC. We're talking a Toyota Land Cruiser. That's a symbol of raw, rugged, go-anywhere power. And his complexion? It's like a Swaraj tractor, which speaks to this deep, earthy connection to the land, to hard work. And the man himself, his personality? He's like a hawk. Sharp, predatory, totally in control. You get the picture.
And it gets even deeper. His identity has all these layers. He's the son of a sarpanch, the village headman. So he's got status, he's got authority. And his words, they're described as petrol. Think about that. Volatile, dangerous, just waiting to ignite. It doesn't stop there. The song literally calls him a walking weapons factory. So we're way past tough guy here. This man is a walking, talking force of danger and raw, untamed power.
Okay, so what happens when an immovable object meets an unstoppable force, right? Because that's what's coming. The song is about to introduce this opposing energy, and believe me, it is every bit as powerful as he is. And the language the song uses here is so important. She isn't just beautiful. The lyrics call her a Hassan Daniri, which means a storm of beauty. I mean, just let that sink in. This isn't some gentle, pretty thing. We're talking about a force of nature, something destructive, something transformative, something that can just sweep away everything in its path. It's a storm.
And boom, the impact is immediate. It's total. The lyrics say her gaze left nothing of his worldly self, just like that. In one single moment, that entire persona he's built up, the walking weapons factory, the hawk, the son of the sarpanch, all of it, just gone, completely erased.
All right, so here we go. The 2 forces of nature meet head-on. This is the collision. This is the turning point of the whole song, and we're about to see the dramatic aftermath.
So you can really see this transformation happening in 3 steps. First, you've got this unconquerable man, the weapons factory. Step 2, he gets hit by this overwhelming storm of beauty. And the result? A complete uprooting, a fundamental change, right down to his foundations. And that, right there, brings us full circle. Back to that very first line about the whirlwind.
And listen, this isn't just him getting all emotional. It's a deep, fundamental shift in who he is as a person. I mean, he literally forgets how to handle a 45-bore pistol. Think about that. The very symbol of his old, aggressive self. It's like the tools that defined his entire identity have just become useless. So after this epic collision, what's the final outcome? You might expect total destruction, right? But that's not it. What we get is a complete and total transformation. And it's all driven by the victory of love.
And here's where we see just how deep her influence goes. His wild nature, it isn't broken by force. It's gently tamed by, get this, strands of love. His massive pride isn't conquered by power, but won over by her sweet words. And maybe the biggest symbol of this whole change, the guy from the huge mansion, the Haveli, is now perfectly happy sitting in a small, humble hut. It's a total flip.
And just to drive home how impossible this all seems, the lyrics give us one last, absolutely beautiful metaphor. Think about it. Gentle doves and pigeons. They would never, ever settle near a mighty, impenetrable fortress. It just wouldn't happen. And yet, in this story, that's exactly what we see. A gentle force hasn't just landed.
It has completely conquered the fortress from the inside out.
So, all of this leaves us with a really provocative question to think about. Is this story a victory for love, where a man is changed for the better? Or is it a story of total surrender, where a whole identity just gets wiped out? Barota does an amazing job of laying out all the evidence for you, but in the end, it really lets you be the judge.